the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 5. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for L.A.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7.
Back to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check. 14's the mic. 14's the mic. Get that quarterback, and it won't come. Mike 14.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now from Murray. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking deep for Bennett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And some space here. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Murray now on first down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray to air it out again. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down, Murray.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Murray.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
And that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Murray going to throw. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
At the 25-yard line.
On the give, this is Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run this with Akers. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here's another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Steps away. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Back up, son! Back up!
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Rams 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking deep for Bennett. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is set away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Akers. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 3. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Jacobs with a carry on first down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now Murray. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Come on.
Back to throw it, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Murray to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Cardinals, it's a rare win, just their second in these first 8 games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.